And we forgot something already. That's awesome. That's totally A.M.O.K again, right?
Ken, we're missing half your head. You might want to get a little bit closer to Steve.
Now people can hear me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to A.M.O.K.
Hey, welcome everybody, all you billions of people watching us tonight.
So I was saying what I had forgotten during this whole time we've been doing it. I think I've only played it all the way through like twice. But I forgot in the beginning, I have it to where it dims down and the hands come up and it says A.M.O.K on, mostly paranormal. And I've been skipping that part.
Oh, whoops.
So when it played all the way through today, I was like, oh, there was more to it.
So we haven't been showing the world our creativity?
No.
Did we show it tonight?
We did. We did.
Well,
so all the
what do you
billions of
guys
people
think?
out there.
That's right. Tell us what you thought about that one.
I got to see it actually pop up with A.M.O.K, mostly paranormal podcast. Yay!
Karen said Adrian is gone. Yes, Adrian is off tonight visiting. They are out visiting their new grandbaby.
Yeah.
So congrats on the grandbaby.
Congrats to the grandbaby. To the
Yeah.
grandbaby.
Yes, congratulations. He just didn't want to join us tonight.
So
I know that's the ultimate thing there. Yeah. Hey, Adrian, I hope you're watching.
So it's us three causing A.M.O.K tonight.
For sure.
And we have
with one extra. Well, Stephen is taking his place. A little.
True.
No. Well, no, he's a guest, so nobody ever can really take the place of Adrian. I mean,
I will say, Ken, we only see half of you on YouTube.
Oh, I think that's my fault. Hang on. That's my fault.
Okay.
Let me fix it. Let me fix it. Let me fix it. I can see you. Let me fix it. Oh my God.
It's my hand.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. See,
in case you're wondering, Steve, this is us.
This is normal.
This is just how we are.
This is normal.
So am I fitting in the box yet?
Yeah. Yep, y'all are both fitting in the box. I got you both in there.
Okay, and I've got an
Everybody can just see my adjustments while I'm doing them.
Oh, yep, I see him. Yay. There's like maybe a 10-second delay or maybe 20-second delay.
Yep. All right, Ken, it's your day. You want to introduce your guest?
This is wonderful. Thank you, guys. And welcome to Mo. It's Mo night. And,
oops.
I don't like the oops. What?
I just turned the camera off for a minute. Yeah, we're in mode. I accidentally turned y'all off for a moment. Yeah, we're back on though. You're good.
Oh, yep.
It's my shenanigans.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Where's the beef? Are we ready?
We're good. We're good.
We're good. Okay.
We're golden.
We'll try again here. Hold on. Welcome to A.M.O.K and Mo night. I got a special guest tonight, and it's a buddy of mine I've known for over 50 years, and we're only 37. And we've been investigating together for over 10 years. And I wanted to introduce him. This is Stephen Lange from Beacons of Light. We've had a lot of experiences over the years, and I think we have a pretty good show for you tonight. We're going to talk about a number of places in the state of Missouri. However, they're not really accessible to the public. A lot of the things that we have done over the past, besides public investigations, we have been very fortunate to be able to get into some places because either they were for sale and we were hanging out with a couple of realtors, which was fantastic. They got us into a few places and we did some investigating there. We have convinced a few other people to allow us to come in and investigate their mansions or their homes or their restaurants or whatever the case might be.
Well, and some people reached out to us to come investigate because they had concerns.
Correct.
Oh,
Nice.
So some of the private investigations that we've done, and we've also had really good opportunity to go into a few places that are public. They're open to the public, but they don't. We were able to go in because of some special projects. One of those we're going to talk about tonight, and I think that's first on our list, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk about the Missouri Botanical Gardens in St. Louis, or as we lovingly know it, it is called Shaw's Garden. That's because Henry Shaw opened it back in the 1800s.
Oh.
Steve and I were very fortunate, extremely fortunate, to be among 8 other people who created a video of employee stories there. We came in, 10 of us went in to investigate and to support their stories. And if you ever want to watch, if you do want to watch that video, it's like 16 minutes long. It's called Spirits in the Garden. And the reason it's called that is because we did that video for Shaw's Garden as a, I guess, an assistance to their Spirits in the Garden event, which we were the inaugural people to go in there and give and show what the paranormal world was all about. So Spirits in the Garden, it's on YouTube. If you want to catch that, like I said, it's about 16 minutes, but don't watch it now. Watch it after a while, or tomorrow, or often. But anyway, you can find it out there, like I said, on YouTube. But I'm going to, again, give Steve the opportunity here. He's going to tell some stories about things that we've seen, things that we did. And we're just going to have just a little discussion. If you have any questions, please just type them in, send them to us, and we'll see if we can answer them as we go through some of the stuff we've got going on tonight. So, Steve, you want to?
So you got the first photo. That's actually the Tower Grove house.
Let me pull that up.
That,
we're gonna pull up stuff all the time.
that Henry
quickly.
Shaw
Yeah.
built. I believe it was 1840 that he built this house around that time.
Something like that.
All right.
That
Now,
is
that's-
very
there's-
pretty.
Y'all can just see my screen.
And at that time,
Yeah.
he was that was out in the middle of the country, not anywhere near the city limits.
Oh my Lord.
And,
Okay.
that was he had a lot of money he made through the hardware business, and in real estate, and he invested it into bringing in gardens that he had seen over in England, where he was from. So we had a lot of events. We caught over 300 pieces of evidence at this property over a couple of years' time, and put it into the video. The next picture you see is.
Are they seeing the picture? I'm sorry. I might be not getting anything out there. I can't tell.
I don't know. I can't pull it up right now without.
All I see is just the 3 screens of us.
Okay. Then I need to. I'm so sorry. You can keep talking. We'll come back to the pictures. Y'all can
Actually,
see it,
froze,
but they
actually,
can't see
It's
it.
showing a froze screen.
A froze screen.
Yeah,
Oh,
the 3 of us.
lovely. This is
Yay!
A.M.O.K in its natural habitat.
The live chat works.
Yay!
Yeah, Chris said we're froze on her screen too.
All right, give
yeah.
me.
And so
oh, no, no,
did
no,
Six
to-
Gun.
I'm seeing it frozen.
Okay, all right. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Y'all,
We can hear it.
y'all, bear with me. Bear with me. I almost have it. I'm trying to get images up into the thing so y'all can see. And I want to make sure I have everything where I can make it nice and pretty for you and make it presentable. So 1 second, 1 second. Oh my gosh, will y'all hurry up? There's so many. Will y'all hurry up? It's me that has to hurry up. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
I think you guys can hear us. So hi, Karen.
Yes, they can hear
Hi,
us.
LT6 Gun. Hi, Chris.
Hi, everybody, and thank you for your patience.
Hi, Pam. Hi, Jessica. Oh, Pam's you.
That's me.
I know. I did that.
Hey, Ken.
Oh, hi, Mac.
All
Yeah,
right.
Chris said, yeah, they can still hear us.
Okay. All right. Well, there is the first picture and now. Aha. All right. There's the first picture. I got it up. We're good.
Okay, so that's the Tower Grove house that Henry Shaw built in 1840.
Ooh.
And a lot of the activity we got actually in the basement of that house.
Wow.
While we were down in the basement, we're doing a session and we heard a noise going up the stairs. Remember that? And the cabinets were rattling and they chased the spirit all the way up the steps into this
To the
to the second floor.
to the second floor up there, where your arrow's at, even a little bit higher up, and up on that floor. Henry Shaw's room is on the opposite corner of this from this view here. It's in the back and on the upper floor, which we don't have a picture of that, the back part of it.
But I kind of want to just roll through these pictures if you don't mind, because
No.
we got a lot to talk
Go
about.
for it.
So the next picture is if you could pull that up, number 2, I was actually in the museum library, which he built as like a research center. And I saw this movement out of the corner of my eye and captured it with my camera. And it's spirit energy, as you can see, that was moving. And we were on the tour. We hadn't even started the investigation yet. This happened on the tour. So we're like, oh, this is going to be fun.
That was just the beginning, and it was amazing. It was
So you say you caught it out of the corner of your eye. Did you see it through your camera or through?
I actually saw it with my eye.
Wow,
and then was able
that's
to snap
awesome.
it with the camera as it was going by.
Very cool. That's bright.
Nice. That is bright.
And I
Holy
also thought
cow.
it was interesting. That picture is black and white and had a color camera.
Really?
Yeah, we
Wow.
noticed that last night. It's like
Pretty much black and white.
it's black out, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a sepia, like an old
Right.
old
Yeah.
camera vibe.
Correct.
That is cool.
So like Steve said, we were just taking the tour, and this was, I think, the first building we walked through.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic, I love that building. It was it's like Steve said, it's the museum building. Now they've
They've done huge renovations on it now.
Yeah, they've just finished a huge renovation about a year ago, and we've had some investigations recently in there, and we're going to try to go back to do some more, because we're hoping to make another video type documentary for the next Spirits in the Garden, which will be in October.
I think we should start rolling
Awesome.
some VVPs. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Let's do some VVPs.
Okay, so I think we're still, I think number 3.
Let's
I
do
think.
number 3.
That is the EVP is number 3.
That'll be in the Shaw Admin Building, which used to be Henry Shaw's home down on the waterfront in St. Louis, Missouri. And he actually, in his will, he had it moved to the Missouri Botanical Gardens as part of his endowment.
Nice. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Now that was the
I
do
didn't-
whatever.
It didn't fit.
Y'all didn't hear it?
Let's do it.
Oh, that was do whatever. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
go ahead. Let's run the next one.
All right.
Because they're related.
He won. Play.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, it was the
That
creeps.
still, look at the goosebumps, man. That still gives me goosebumps. Because both of those, we were chatting with somebody, and the first one said do whatever, and then the other one did that. There's a bang in between. We have no idea what that bang is.
Oh wow.
It just happened.
Huh.
And I think we actually captured probably
And
4 or
those were
5.
actually offices, administrative offices, with people did their accounting and bookkeeping and, personnel. And so there was no reason for that kind of activity to be there,
And there were only, I think, 4 of us in the building at that time. We were all together.
3-story building.
Yeah, way up at the top.
Oh wow.
And the one that
What
we were
kind of
looking-
activity? If those are like administrative offices, what kind of activity were they reporting, or did they?
What was that?
What kind of, if those are administrative offices, what kind of activity were they reporting, or did they report any prior to you guys being there?
They had stuff happening in the basement a lot.
Yeah, they had stuff in the basement.
Shadow figures.
They also, from outside the building, from inside the garden itself, because the road is next to, on the other side of the building, one of the main streets. But there were stories of people actually seeing shadow figures from the outside walking through the entire length of the building.
Oh, wow.
Like on the second
Wow.
and third floors, especially the third floor of the
Mhm.
administration building. And I think some of the main offices were in the area at the very top of the steps. It's like three and a half stories up, because the basement and then 3 more stories. And we're at the very, very top. And next to us was, I think, the president's office.
Yes, it was.
And there was like 2 offices right there, and we couldn't go any further because the door was locked. And there was a cushiony chair up there. So of course we tried to take naps up there. No, we didn't. But we
Comfortable of investigating.
yes, very comfortable investigating. Still sitting on the steps, sitting in those 2 chairs. Had the spirit box
There's also
going.
that place that we don't have it here, but we had 4 of us sitting around investigating, and a spirit called out every one of our names: Ken and Stephen and Shonda and Carrie. Now the chances of that
Wow.
are just like, we'll try and pull it up for when we get more into Tower Grove later on with the MOBAP investigations. We'll probably do another show later on because we had so much evidence on it there. But I want you to jump to the next one, the next EVP. We're going to move this along because we got a lot to talk about.
All right. Give me just a second.
While
So
you're
this
doing
is-
that,
This was
Yep. What you
Six
got?
Gun said my TV used to bang at night and sometimes during the day it gave me goosebumps. It always felt like I was being watched.
That is very interesting. Kind of
That
wonder what the
is.
circumstances were around that. Somebody's trying to get
Oh.
somebody's attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Were they banging on the TV? Maybe they didn't like the channel.
Yeah.
well,
Maybe.
I'm trying to get
And
attention.
Adrian's in the chat, by the way.
Hey,
right.
Adrian.
Hi, Adrian. Hope you're getting a lot of hugs off those green chitlins.
Grandpa Adrian.
All right. Y'all ready for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does anybody speak French? Vera.
Ça va?
Go ahead.
Très bien.
Thank you.
Wow. That's cool.
Frederic.
He just told us his name.
Est-ce que vous parlez français ou pas?
Si. Fendi. Fendi.
Crap.
Yeah, my French is crap.
Oh, somebody that has a sense of humor.
Do you want to speak in that? We're almost done with this.
Your foot.
Voice.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently the guy spoke and he gave us his name. His name was Frederic. And
Yeah.
he told us, and apparently he spoke how many different
7
languages?
languages. And prior to this, I was asking him, I know German. I was asking him questions in German. He was responding in German.
Oh,
So we got
wow.
German, French, and English. Nobody else knew any other languages. So we couldn't test him on anything else.
And somebody,
And
That's
we asked him,
amazing.
what languages do you want to speak next? And he says, your choice. Because he's like, bring it. I can talk to any language you want pretty much.
Okay, so
Wow.
I gotta go to this because I know a little bit of Espanol.
well, somebody tried to say
Espanol?
something to him, I think in Spanish, and that's when the voice also said, crap.
Oh.
And we all started laughing because it was a horrible attempt at speaking French.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the spirit was just chatting with us. He just said, oh, that's crap.
Man, I wish my dad would be involved in this because he knows German. That would be cool. Oh,
Grumpy's
It
here
was-
too
It
in
was
the chat.
very, very cool. Cool conversation we had with the spirit, and and he's talked to us a few times since we've been there, but not as extensively as that
I
one.
mean, that had to be like a 10-15 minute session, don't you think? to
Yeah.
talk to him?
Yeah, and I
Oh,
condensed it
wow.
down to what was it, about a minute and a half or 2 minutes, something like that. So yeah, a lot of dead space in between, but
That was a lot of
that's
intelligent
right.
responses.
Yeah,
A lot of
absolutely it is.
intelligent responses. That is crazy.
That's exciting.
gets even better as we go along here. So I'm not sure what.
Oh,
Well, the next one, we went
a
to Missouri
picture.
State Penn in Jefferson, Missouri, which the main part was built in 1868.
There we go. Damn, I got that too big. Picture should be showing now. Oh wait, not to you guys. Oh my geez, Manetti. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, where is it
I'm
at?
kind of watching online from a distance here.
I'm watching online from a
Oh,
distance.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's out there.
From a distance. There we go. Now let me share it to you guys so you guys can see. One of these days, I'll be able to figure out how to do all this and make it nice and smooth. There we go.
Here we go. Oh, that looks awesome. Yeah, when we were there as a group, as I don't know, there's a bunch of us, but it was full moon, as you can see that night too. So we got a lot of activity, and
Let me lower this a little bit because that is really too big.
Steve's got a couple of really good stories that, well, he wants to yell at me about.
There.
My daughter was investigating with us, and I'm at the end of the hall, and was it the solitary confinement?
This one, well, solitary confinement is the next picture, but
Okay, we could pull up the next one. That's just the front of the first building.
yeah, that's the front of death row. That's
Oh,
in-
Grumpy
well,
said
Death Row.
Grumpy said it looks like a T-Rex is eating the moon, and it kind of does.
Oh,
but you got a story about this one.
Do I?
Yeah,
Remind me.
the 7 foot.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Oh, go ahead.
The taller lady there is my daughter. And we were down in the floor below that solitary confinement. And I was at the end of the hall with Ken, and he goes, Ken says, hey, I hear your daughter calling for help at the other end of the hall.
uh-oh.
So I said, well, and so I started going to the end of the hall. I didn't hear it, but I was like, well, yeah, I better check it out. So I go down to the end of the hall, and I saw this 7 foot shadow figure looming over me. Now I'm not little, but this guy was, a foot taller and broader than me. So I turned around, and I didn't run, but I did walk at a rapid pace back to Ken. And now this hallway had to be 100 foot long.
That's about 100 feet.
And it was pitch black, and all we had was the moonlight shining through the windows. And I came back to Ken going, thanks, buddy. Thanks a lot. And he goes, why? And I said, look over my left shoulder. And then Ken saw it too.
I turned back and looked where he was coming from, and it's like, holy crap. There's this huge, just a shadow standing there walking towards us. And by now, the shadow's coming towards, because he's behind me, so coming up this way. So I'm turned around looking. Steve's already starting to gather up all his stuff off the windowsill.
I'm exiting stage left.
Exactly. Yeah, we decided to go the other way because I'm like, oh my God, that dude's huge. I said, but I could hear him when he's coming down the hall. I could hear his footsteps quick. And I could hear him going, way to go, Ron Miller, I'm gonna get you. So I, like I said, I look over and I see him standing, like, oh my God. So I started gathering up my stuff, and he goes, did you see that? And I said, I kind of looked a little bit like this. I mean, you mean the guy who's hovering over my right shoulder right now? He looks up and he goes, yeah. So we calmly gathered up all of our stuff, threw it in our bag. We didn't even care. We just threw it in the bag, and a little basket we had or whatever we were carrying our stuff with. And I said, I think we ought to go. And I'm kind of like this. I'm like, I think we ought to go that way. So we went around the other
Mall
side.
walk out.
And this was actually in Death Row. That was that green light
gosh.
building you saw. But yeah, it
That's
was.
wild.
But it gets better. We didn't know what this was, so we go all the way around, and we're sitting on the steps waiting for. It's like 3:30 in the morning. We're waiting for the guide to come back down to us because she's on the other side of the building with some more of our friends. But I'll let you tell what she was telling us.
Oh, well, she came up, goes, hey, did you see the guard that's down there? And we're like,
Hear the story.
and she goes, oh, you mean that 7 foot guy? Oh yeah, the 7 foot shadow figure's down there. Yeah, we met him. Thanks. Thank you for letting us meet him. But we didn't know anything about it until we
Oh
were
my
there.
goodness.
She confirmed, she gave us affirmation that guy hangs out in that part of the penitentiary.
Wow.
And apparently he was a guard. He was a night guard, and he always walked his German Shepherd around and took the same route that he followed Steve and then me around the other side. But we didn't see any dog, but we saw him. And I mean,
saw
That is
enough.
wild.
it was huge. This guy was huge. So,
Wow.
but we got
That's
confirmation
scary.
that we found out who he was.
Yeah?
I was like,
Yeah.
I think they even told us his name, but I don't remember what. But yeah, it was an amazing story. So okay,
Let's move on.
we're gonna move on. We're just gonna talk about different places we've been and kind of
Yeah,
give
we're just gonna hit
little-
little blips of where we've been.
little teasers because we may come back to
So this next one is actually in Lebanon, Illinois, but it's only 20 minutes from downtown St. Louis, so that's close enough to Missouri.
Oh, wow.
So I was on the 4th floor of this Italian mansion. And that room that I was in, I could literally reach and touch the walls in that room with my hands outstretched. I was the only person in that room. But there's a nice little girl sitting down in
Yep.
the corner that showed up in
Sure
the picture.
is.
And I sent it to the owner and I said, I think there's something you need to see in this picture. And her response was something like, oh, S-H-I-T. And
That is wow.
yeah, we believe her name's Jennifer, and she had talked to us before. We've had some EVP experiences. And we
Now-
think that's Jennifer, but
Are there
And
any pictures
or-
of little girls or anything like that around the?
we asked her if she had any pictures of girls there, and she did not. But that doesn't mean that, she might have come in because there's a lot of wispy stuff going on in that picture. I kind of think it may have been a portal up there. Because the more we
Oh,
looked at that picture, the more faces and mist and things that we saw in it. So there's just a lot of activity.
wow.
and I think the owners that have the building now, I think they've only been there a couple of years maybe.
Yeah.
But it dates back to 1860s? No,
1837.
Wow.
Original part of the house was built, and then it
Mhm.
was remodeled or renovated in 1860. So it is really old.
These are friends of ours, and they invited us over to kind of help them try to figure out who might be there.
Well, they've heard like piano keys playing, and they've seen light orbs traveling through the hallways and things like that. Nothing really dramatic, but we kind of made some dramatic stuff happen.
And they've
That's
heard
wild.
voices, and I think they've also heard the cello play.
Yeah, her cello
Oh,
strings
wow.
played.
Yeah,
And
'cause
it's nothing like she's got cats, but it's nothing like a cat would do,
Uh-huh.
So
So it's
Oh,
it's
wow.
pretty amazing place, really cool place.
That
and
sounds
it was
like a
actually
cool
taken
place.
like 3 days before Halloween. So that was kind of
Oh,
a window, that we got an
Yeah.
opportunity.
3 days before Halloween. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
The veil
something.
is thin, as they say.
Exactly,
So I'm
yeah.
gonna move to my most favorite place, Herman, Missouri.
All
That's the
right.
next photo.
Next photo. I'm working on it.
And we got invited through Steve's ingenuity and encouragement to walk through the door.
Well, intuition was what it
and
was.
into it. Well, standing there staring at the place right across the street. He's like, we got to get in there.
So this is the Hussman House, which was built in 1849. And he started the grape wine business in Missouri, really. He started the Norbert grape cultivation and really became prominent in Missouri, really next to California. But Missouri got really big into the wine business.
Oh,
We were
wow.
in the foyer, the ladies' parlor, I guess you call it, on the left-hand side of this building. And there were 4 of us in there, me and Ken and 2 other mediums. And we're sitting around this round table. And I kept feeling coldness around my legs. I said, there's children under the table. And then Ken goes, yeah, I feel too. And the other ladies go, yeah, we feel them too.
Wow.
And the next EVP it's really quiet, but at the 24-second mark, you'll hear something in German that we did not hear with our ears, but it killed my recorder. And I actually picked up my phone and just turned my phone recorder on.
Oh,
and it
wow.
And I'm not sure, it's really quiet.
Give me just a second. So everybody turn it up. Turn it up and get ready. All right, the 24th. Oh no, I lost it. I'm working on it.
The other thing too is this was definitely a German
Okay, here it is.
German territory and German home.
Beautiful home.
Oh. All right, starting it now.
You can speak to us, it's okay.
All right, one more time.
You can speak to us, it's okay.
So that was a woman that wasn't part of your
There was
group?
a young woman, when we were there with two older women in their 50s and 60s.
Oh,
And this woman
wow.
jumped in and said in German, and obviously she sounded like she's in her 20s, and she was warning her children to keep the family secrets. And she said, Ganz die tolle Secret. She said, it's all a secret. In other words, don't give away the family secrets to these
Oh,
mediums.
I didn't hear anything at all.
you didn't?
I didn't hear
I
anything.
heard it.
No, I mean, I
Um,
didn't hear anything.
It's a, she
Like,
whispers
I didn't
it
hear
to
the clip
kids.
play.
Well, hang on. Let me try it again then, because one more moment. Let's see. There it is. Go down to the 24. We'll start at 18 seconds, because now there's not going to be anything in the beginning, and then you're going to hear a quiet woman speak
It's like a
German.
whisper.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak to us, it's okay.
It's very quiet.
Yeah, it's very
I don't
quiet.
even hear the clip play.
Well, let me pull
Is-
up my audition
I'm not
while
sure.
y'all
Is anyone
speak.
else?
Can
Are you
anybody
guys
else hear
hearing it? Ken and Stephen, are you guys hearing it?
No, we can't hear it at all.
Oh.
That's why I'm wondering if
Well,
they can
maybe
hear
if
it in
I
the chat.
shared it with you guys, because I
Well,
didn't
why
share
would you
my
do that
sound. I
for?
don't know why
I
I
got it
would
on
do
I
that.
already know. I've heard.
We know what it is, but
We know what it is.
Okay, we'll do it
Could
one
the-
more
could the
time for
billion-
Pam.
could our billions of fans hear it?
One more time for Pam.
You can speak to us, it's okay.
I heard it that time. Okay.
I heard it that time. Yeah. That's cool.
I'm sorry.
No,
So,
and they're
like I
saying in
said,
chat they did hear it. So that's
It
good.
Okay.
helps that I speak German, because when we're in Herman, I would start use a pendulum for affirmation, and I would ask questions and get yes and no responses in German, and then I would just know to ask a question. I said, "Is your name Johann?" And they'd give us a yes on the pendulum, and I'd go, "Is your age 30?" And they'd give us a yes or no, and I just could translate. But I said all these questions in German. And it
Oh,
seemed like I
wow.
got more responses when I asked the questions in German. And we actually got two stories of Union soldiers that they had a battle up on that hill, driving out the Confederates there at the time. And I got two different stories about Union soldiers. One was a sergeant and one was a private. And they told me their life stories from when they were kids all the way through to
Wow.
their deaths in the war. And they told me how many children they had, what their wives' names were, the whole,
Wow.
like
That's
the whole life.
amazing. They
Now,
probably
the
felt
more-
comfortable that you could speak German.
Yep.
Right. I mean, there was a lot of ease there. Yeah.
Hmm.
And the more incredible thing about that story is we went back a second time. And the second time we came, that was in the winery, I think.
Yes.
One of them was in the winery. We came back the second time, and Steve and I forget who was with you,
It
but
was
somebody,
Jenny. Yeah.
they sat there and did the same thing. And the guy came back and finished the story.
Finished the story.
Wow.
He
What battle
remembered
he
you.
died in, and he
Mhm.
said his brother shot him. Actually, his brother was Confederate, and his
Mhm.
brother shot him. And yeah,
Oh
so
my
we picked up where
goodness.
we left off from like a month.
It was like a month difference in
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
The guy came back
wow.
and confirmed who he was, and Steve asked him questions, got the same answers, and he finished his life story. So
So-
he
That
said
is
it's fun
amazing.
because I guess we ran out of time while we were
So
there.
we're gonna go back, and because we gathered so much evidence in Herman, we're gonna go back and do another episode just on Herman. Like we're gonna do one just on Missouri Botanical, because we've got so much evidence from that area. And I have an announcement to make that I'm gonna be leading ghost tours in the Herman trolley on July 7th and 9th
Nice.
Nice.
from 7 to
Very
9.
cool.
And it's going to be benefiting a not-for-profit organization there that rescues cats called Ferals in Peril.
Oh.
And
I like
they,
that.
actually trap cats and then they get them spaded and neutered and then they find homes for them.
Release.
So it's a
Oh.
good cause and yeah, but it'll be fun. And I got some later hosing to wear so I can look silly
Awesome.
and fill the part. But I'll do parts of it in German, and we're going to stop at different sites. And sometimes the shopkeepers will come out and tell the stories of what they saw, and the house owners will come out and tell stories. And I'll fill in with things that I've experienced myself.
Nice.
That's going to be really cool.
Really happy for Steve.
Yeah,
It's,
that's gonna be fun.
Yes.
we've been pushing towards this, and mostly Steve. I said, just be patient. You're going to get your time. It's
Mhm.
happening now because we've been out there for almost about 4 years now.
Yeah,
doing
COVID
some
kind of
stuff.
messed us up, but yeah, we've been out there.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So
Awesome.
the next one is the Herzog Mansion.
All right. 1 minute. Un momento, por favor. Or if you want to go southern. Uno momento, por favor.
For favor.
Por favor. Yes, this one. Okay.
Oh, that's nice too. Man, there's some nice houses.
Yeah, a lot of that town was built in
Beautiful.
the 1830s and 40s, and some later additions. But it's still like all along the waterfront within the next couple
Wow.
blocks of waterfront. A lot of bed and breakfast there. It's a nice, and it's only like an hour or something from St. Louis, so it's a nice,
Yep.
easy drive to get there.
Cool.
And it's a beautiful drive too. It's right on the Missouri
So
River.
you got it up, Ken?
I'm trying to
This is-
find it on this thing. Where is it
We're
at?
kind of watching the live version of it here.
Yeah, I am having difficulties.
Hopefully this isn't interfering with anything because I'm kind of watching it.
No.
I got the sound turned
Oh
on.
God, there it is.
So this house was just purchased a couple of years ago by a young couple, and they did a lot of roof renovations on the roof. 1868, and the guy that bought it was a salesman for the Stonehill Winery,
That
and
is
it's originally part of the
gorgeous.
Stonehill property. Yeah,
Yes.
10 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms. It
Wow.
was a bed and breakfast, but she says she plans to keep it residential.
Really?
Yeah. And
That's
it's a
cool.
really nice lady. And then the next clip, we sat on her porch actually and did some EVP work on the porch and just
Oh,
talking in general, and we asked if Mr. Herzog was here.
Let me pull that up. Where's it at? There it is. Okay. Let me share the sound with you guys. I have to go back and forth. All right, here we go.
Yeah, we won't be able to hear it here, but maybe up here.
Yep, you'll be able to hear it here. I got it going.
Okay.
Can we have it?
Oh, what
So
did
he
he
was
say?
confirming that he was here, and apparently his mom said he's here too. You know? So we had double
Awesome.
affirmation.
Oh, wow. I want to play that one more time because I want to hear it again.
Okay.
Can we have it?
I'm here. Like,
An older woman,
That's cool.
wow, that is cool.
Y'all have caught some really great evidence.
Yes, you have.
Tell you, we have been very, very fortunate to have been able to get to know a lot of different people around the Midwest, especially, and to get to know them, firsthand, and then to get invited to do some things with them. And a lot of it's their curiosity too. They want to know, what do you know? What do you see? Can you tell us anything more about, what might be here?
They experienced some things and they just want
Mhm.
more information.
Yep. And
So,
and confirmation
The
too.
next one is the city hall there in Herman, which was an old firehouse at one point.
Cool.
I'm working on it. I'm having to find it. Why do I have to search for this thing every time? No,
It's the number one.
my goodness.
It's number 13.
It's number 13.
Number 13.
That's why, because it's number 13.
It's number 13. Hiding behind number 12.
Hiding. There it is. All right.
Okay, so it's be the picture before that. That's actually some evidence we caught. Is that 13? That's
There it
14.
is. This
There you
is
go.
13.
So the story behind this is I was driving to Herman because it was a weekend. And I thought, I'm going to go to Herman just for see what I can pick up. And as I was driving, I got the name Johann. And he said, 1870, go to the German School Museum. Now, I knew the museum was there, but I'd never been there before. So I pull up to the museum and I walk in the front door, and here's the title at the top of the building. It says established 1870. And I go, well, this must be the place. So I go in, and the docent there says there's a little movie he runs, and I'm trying to think, how am I to get the name Johann out of this guy? And I thought, well, you know, I said a lot of the school teachers were men back in the early days, you know, back in the 1870s and that. And I said, did you have a teacher named Johann? He goes, well, I'm not sure. Let's go over and look at this picture. And he goes over, look at a picture, and there's one from the 1930s with a lady teacher. And right below that, a bulletin with the history of the schoolhouse. And it says, Johann Bolken started this schoolhouse with so-and-so in 1870. And I go, bingo, there's my Johann.
Nice.
Oh.
And then he goes, you knew that? And I said, yeah, he told me on the way over. And he goes, come with me. And he takes me upstairs to the second floor, and there's two oval pictures above this child's bed. He says, you know who those are? And I said, yeah, they're your relatives. And he goes, well, that's, yeah, my dad and my uncle. And he goes, I need you to come over and look at this city hall with me. He was a board, I didn't know at the time, he was a board member of City Hall.
Oh, wow.
Chamber of Commerce. So he got us into this place with actually the business manager. And the next photo, we were talking to two spirits that were named Alan and Brian. And as you can see in the picture, there's nobody sitting in that chair. But when we rated SLS, there is somebody in the chair.
Yep.
And it's
Hang on,
Alan,
y'all.
who
See it
was
just a
a
second.
volunteer fireman. And me and the other medium started describing him. She goes, well, Alan's got suspenders on, they're light color, and one shoulder strap is on, the other one's off. And I said, yeah, the other guy's got darker color suspenders, and he's got both shoulder straps up, you know, and he's wearing a hat, and the other guy's not, and we're both like feeding off each other. And the docent from the place walks over and goes, well, look at this. He pulls out a picture, and there's the two volunteer firemen that we saw, you know, in our mind's eye, and he had a picture of
Oh, my
them. So,
gosh.
you know, some more affirmation there.
If you can zoom in on that, you actually see the SLS ghost tube. And there's actually a man standing there on the
And
right.
sitting there.
And there's somebody sitting there in the chair.
But there's no person in that chair.
Correct.
As you pull out, there was no one in that chair.
Yeah.
there's no one.
Oh, wow.
But there was a man standing over there. You could see him over in the right-hand corner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That
So
is
we had a
great.
long conversation with them. And actually, at one point, he was toasting. We said, well, we'll have a beer with him and toast a beer. And the guy, you could see the spirit lifting a beer and toasting him a beer. They drank a beer together. And
Oh my goodness. How cool is that?
spirits,
I love it.
A lot of interaction we had there.
Spirits had spirits. Yay.
Yeah.
That is cool.
You just did a good 180 there, because that's what we did. Spirits in the garden. That's what that's at Missouri Botanical Garden.
We did spirits in Herman too.
There you go.
Nice.
So the next one is next photo. Like I said, we could talk for hours on this, but we're going to do a separate presentation on Herman itself. This is at the Inn in Hermanhof during the middle of the day.
Wow.
And we caught a lot of evidence at this. Remember, this is the place I stood in front of, said, Ken, we got to get in this place. And a lady was all the way at the other end of the hall, took this picture of a shadow being standing in the doorway. And
Yep.
there was
Oh
no
my
one in the building on the
gosh.
inside. We were the only people in the building.
Wow.
Great
Everybody else was
capture.
in the kitchen to our right.
Yeah.
Oh, and one was to our left in the office. This was all the way across the room. This is a zoomed in picture
Yeah,
of it.
it had to be, what, 100 feet away?
It was
Oh
it was
my
about 50
goodness.
feet, 50, 60 feet away.
Oh,
Yeah, and
wow.
when we zoomed in, it's like, what is this? But yeah, there's a shadow figure back there, and that's part of the fest hall back there. And there's nobody in there that was standing, or nobody back there, nor in where we were. We were all sitting down.
It looked like
And
his back is to that,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
he's wearing a suit.
And we did
Was.
a night vision camera and caught another shadow figure like jumping across the window. So we know there's shadow figures in there.
yeah, that's why we want to do a separate
Wow.
show on
Just
on Herman, because we have a lot of evidence that we captured. It was
Wow.
we were extremely fortunate that we were able to the inn was ours for 48 hours. Nobody else was there. We had keys to everything, and we investigated for 48 hours there, stayed up the street, had our cameras going a lot, when we were there. And again, as Steve said, we came up with just a
and we
ton of
did that on
evidence.
2 different occasions. We got to go back a second time.
You have to
You
go
really
back to
look
that.
at that too, and it's
Yeah.
amazing because he's like, faded on one side, but the other side's almost solid. You could see the
Yeah.
table between him and the shadow. So it's obviously not a reflection
No,
through the
Right.
door.
That was a cool
That is
thing.
incredible.
that is.
So we're
Yeah,
going to jump to
Wow.
Central Methodist University next, where we did some investigations, which is in Fayette, Missouri. And this was was originally a woman's college. And that house is, I think, from 1850.
Something like that.
And I got to the front door with Karen, our friend Karen, who interjects all the time. And she had the key standing right next to her. And she takes the key and opens the door. And as she's opening the door, we hear a woman inside go, "Hello." And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great investigation.
Oh my
And she turns to me and
gosh.
says, "Did you hear that?" And I said, "I sure did." And the next picture, I'll have a story to tell you about. So I was in the house by myself, and I
Ooh.
just felt like I had to get up and take a picture up the stairwell. And there's the lady of the house.
Yep.
And she looked down at me and she said, "Oh, it's you."
Mhm.
Like
And
she knew you?
Yeah, like she recognized me because
Well,
I was in the house for a few days.
We were there for
Uh,
4
Can you
days.
zoom in on that, Shaw?
I'm working on it.
That is crazy.
Really. At first, when we first saw this, we thought it was one of our friends,
Well,
because
yeah, that's a
it
solid.
kind of looks
Look
alike.
at her
Kind of looks like
face.
her.
You can see the wrinkles in
And
her.
we
Yeah.
thought it was
Oh
her
my
at first, but then we realized that, wait a minute, no, it wasn't her, because she was with me across
Yeah,
campus.
she was all the way across campus. I was the only one in the building.
She is solid. I
She
mean,
is
her arm and
solid.
Yeah,
everything.
that's why we thought it was a person.
You can
Yeah,
see the
absolutely.
sun
And then
reflecting
she
off her
responded and goes,
wrist.
"Oh, it's
Uh-huh.
you."
I'm not sure what she's holding there.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I couldn't really figure that part out.
Looks like an aspirin bottle or something.
Yeah,
doesn't
it does.
So, yeah, she's got something gripped. You can see her thumb around it.
Yeah.
But it's really crazy too, because that's not, I mean, this is just an unbelievable photo that Steve captured, but the woman was interjected with us quite a few times. There's a room from here to, if you look at this, to the left, I think it is, or no, to the
To
left.
the right, I thought.
Is it oh, that's
The
right, to the
dining
right.
room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. To the right. You can't see it from here, but
No.
you took it from the doorway. But we were all in there. I don't know if it was Friday night or Saturday
We're
night.
just kind of planning what we're going
And
to do.
we were really, really loud. Just
Ah.
really loud. Everybody's trying to talk over each other. There's 8 of us in the room.
Yeah.
And this woman's voice over all of us yells really loud, "You still here?" Just like that. And it's
Over the
like,
top of all of it.
we're all like,
Wow.
"Who was that?" So yeah, so then everybody ran out to the hallway to look, and this is not the picture, but we also captured what looks like a man and a woman standing at the top of the stairwell,
Yeah, leaning over.
just
the top.
leaning over. You could see their hands on the rail itself. Their
But they
fingers.
were more wispy, misty.
Yes,
looking.
but you can see some fingers
Wow.
too.
Yeah.
So again, that's another.
Wow.
This is another whole tale that we could tell. Talk about CMU. And then what was the other thing? I was making coffee. I guess it was Sunday morning before we left, and the woman apparently was nosy and trying to figure out what was I doing, and she was standing right behind me, and I kind of looked, kind of tilted my head a little bit, and I almost got the feeling that she recognized that I noticed her, and then she disappeared.
Oh.
which was
He's like,
really,
whoops,
really
excuse me.
cool. And actually, it looked like that person that was on the stairwell.
Oh, wow.
Karen
That
says,
is-
Ken and Steve, how about when we were sitting in the front parlor and the woman laughed in the middle of the room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I remember that too.
Yeah, she was there with us
She
too.
laughed out loud. Yeah.
We had a
Wow.
lot of interaction with her. It was amazing.
Yeah, they were out investigating the other side of campus. I said, I'm staying right here. There's more stuff going on in this house.
Right?
No kidding.
Oh, it was
Oh my
also in that
God.
house. I forgot. I was on the second floor and I kept my door open because we had a lot of women there, and I thought if anybody has a problem, I could just run out and check
Mhm.
on them. And while I'm sitting at night, it was probably 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
Somebody crawled into bed with me.
Oh,
And
geez.
I'm thinking, oh, lucky days. They were sleeping, and it was a buxom woman crawled up and spooned me. I could
Oh,
feel her
wow.
against me, and then I reached back and there was nothing there.
Jeez.
And on my recording, I didn't get so lucky, but I got apparently she knocked on my door either before or after she went over to visit you.
Yeah, she was
'cause-
looking for me, and she went to the
Yeah,
wrong.
she's like, yeah, it's like,
Said,
"What the hell's
wrong
wrong with
door."
him?" But yeah, it was like rap, 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 and I'm like, this is cool. I never heard it.
Yeah, that's great.
But- but it
It's
was
a
on
personal
the recording.
experience, but it was neat.
So,
That
yeah,
is
That's
so
been
cool.
that house was just amazing, and the whole campus was amazing. That some of the stuff we captured there, and I mean, we captured conversations with was it Union soldiers?
Well, we had
Or-
actually a battle was there, and we saw the horses running through the woods.
One of our friends
Wow.
took a picture of a horse, saw a horse,
Yeah.
a shadow horse, and then she got a picture of a
Person carrying a
person
lantern.
carrying a lantern from across the quadrangle all the way up the sidewalk where we were,
Wow.
and that was a good 150 feet or so that she captured like 3 or 4 photos of
Was
this guy.
Jesse
Oh,
James
my
and the
goodness.
Montrose Raiders were
Yep.
there.
Mhm. Yeah, it was pretty
Wow.
amazing. So I think we got some more to go
Just a
here.
little bit more.
We do. We do. 1 second.
So this was one of those realtor houses we got in because I worked nearby this place. It was in Washington Boulevard in the central west end of St. Louis. And I saw this house for sale because I just kind of wanted to see cool houses. And I
Oh,
had a realtor
gosh.
friend. I said,
That's
oh,
beautiful.
can we go look at this house? It's for sale. And she likes looking at old houses too.
That is gorgeous.
I
want
saw an
that
old
house.
man peeking out the window. He was like 80 years old peeking out the window, but that was a spirit. There was no
Wow.
man.
Mhm.
And we got inside. The creepiest thing was every door was padlocked on the outside.
Upstairs.
Oh,
Even-
wow.
Even the,
Ooh.
what do you call the sliding, the doors that slide together?
The hidden doors or
Pocket doors.
Pocket
The
doors,
pocket
yeah.
doors were closed together and padlocked. Every door on the first, second, and third floor were padlocked
on the
shut.
outside in
On
the
the
hallway.
outside.
Wow.
And the rooms on the third floor had numbers on them. And I remembered back in the 70s and 80s that Washington Boulevard was a high prostitution area. And we're thinking
Oh.
these
Goodness.
were actually like slave prostitutes that were kept up there by this
Could
guy,
be.
Oh, God.
So the next picture I told everybody about it. And I said, hey, you got to come out and see this place I've been looking at. Let's go take some pictures, look at it. And we did it at night.
So we went inside. We actually got to look.
We got inside, but
Mhm.
the next picture shows what happened when we were standing out
Yep.
outside of it. There was no helicopter. Those aren't lamppost lights.
Oh,
And
wow.
the closest street light was, I think, 2 or 3 houses down from where we were. That was the closest street light. So I don't know where these lights
Some
came
kind of
from.
light energy is going into the basement and the second floor of that house.
Yeah,
And
it
then
sure
the
is.
next picture we took, you always take 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the next one shows it increased.
Yeah. Working on it. Working on it.
You're doing great, Shaw. Thank you very much. Seriously,
Hmm.
thank you.
Oh, no.
This
Anytime.
bringing
I
back some
love
great
doing this.
memories, man, of over the last 10 years.
See how strong?
Wow. Yeah.
And y'all didn't have
Yep.
any kind of string or anything?
That's not hair or anything like that.
Oh no. And actually Ken was next to me and got the same pictures.
Oh,
So we had
wow.
Very
2 different
cool.
cameras catching the same thing.
And like I said,
That is
Nice.
cool.
closest street light was probably 3 or 4 houses away.
You think maybe he was trying to keep y'all from getting a picture of any of the
I just think there
women?
was so much energy in that house that,
What is that by that first window at the bottom? Is that a statue? It's person
there's
shaped.
actually a person walking there.
Oh, okay.
That
It's
was
one
a
of our
rare-
investigators.
I don't think that was,
No,
no,
that was one
that
of
wasn't
us.
me. That was,
No,
yeah,
it's
the other
one of the
person.
investigators. And they started walking towards the back of the house. And I
Mhm.
still get the willies, and I said, it's time to go. We need to go now.
And he
And
said
as soon as
now
I said that,
emphatically, as soon as we got in the car,
a police officer shows up.
Oh,
What do you guys
wow.
But I was already
Woo!
gone by that point.
yeah, we had already
So-
just
Hmm.
left.
You have some great
Did you just
intuition,
notice
man.
there's also a
That's
light?
awesome.
Right?
Yeah, I
In
just
that
noticed
window.
that light.
We just noticed that there's a light in that back upper window too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there is.
I see that.
That house on the 3rd floor where it had the locked doors on about the 3rd floor where you kept the prostitutes. There's no fire escape. The floors, the doors were all locked from the outside.
Oh my
He had a
God.
large rope that was like 1 inch round. That was your fire escape. You dropped this rope down
There were
40 feet.
there were knots in the rope, and like Steve
Goodness.
said, there was about over an inch thick, and there were these giant hooks on the ground,
Anchored in the
anchored
floor.
into the floor, holding these ropes. It's like, what the heck? This is, yeah, it was crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
What if that
Crazy
place would have
place.
burnt? All those women would have
Mhm.
burnt in it. That
Mhm.
is,
Especially if their doors are padlocked.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, that I would have,
you know
I would
what
have
I
taken the
kinda
chance
thought
and
too?
jumped out the window. I mean,
Mhm. Heck
I kind
yeah.
of thought that the old man was being harassed by spirits and they were shaking the doors. So he kept
It
them
could be.
padlocked to keep them from being shaken so much.
Yeah. It very well could be.
wow.
As you're
That's-
seeing, we've gotten a lot of opportunities just to go into places,
Yeah.
that are for sale. And
Or
that
invites.
or via invites, and it's just been an amazing, 10 years of stuff that we've been seeing. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Don't y'all want to take a crazy, purple curly haired person with you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because this house is
We definitely got to go that way.
Well,
Yes.
that house has been sold, so it's owned by.
Well, I want to go to the other one.
But in Herman,
Yeah.
we could probably get into places in Herman,
we could
Because-
get
That
would be
someone in
really
Herman,
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'd like to see her reaction to
especially if you
me.
take the trolley tour. Then you got an in.
There- right?
I'm
That's
actually
very
thinking about
true.
we need to go and take
Mhm.
Steve's tour.
Yeah,
And we're
we
doing-
do.
They're talking about another one in September, like 2 more days in September.
Maybe
Oh,
we could
September
do
is a
a live
tight
investigation for the podcast.
Because September, we got Silcon and Bordertown.
Yeah, on Border Town. That's true.
A lot of stuff going on in September.
Yeah.
Yeah. When is
There might be
Silcon?
more. You don't know.
The 15th, 16th, and 17th. That's all I
So-
have.
That's it.
That's it. That's all I
You
got.
planned it.
You planned it right down to the minute.
I
Yeah.
had to
Look at
revise
me.
my itinerary working.
Oh, Steve, this was hilarious. Steve was so excited when he said yes. The next day, I got an email from him, and there were, I want to say, close to 45.
No, there were only
Oh,
15.
okay,
Uh,
there were a lot of things that he wanted to talk about, and I started laughing, and I'm like, Steve, this is an hour show. We're not giving a lecture, but let's cut it down and let's break it into like 3 or 4 different shows.
yeah,
So, and I think
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's what we're gonna do. So
definitely.
we kind of gave you a little.
Yeah, we
teasers
didn't
tonight.
talk about the Ivan house at all, and that's a big one where we did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we're gonna get. We're actually got the Ivan House is. Actually, it's affiliated with where pigs fly. As I think I've told you guys before. It's out near Jefferson City in Lynn, Missouri, and Cindy Brunnicke is going to. She has already agreed to come on the air. So Steve and I are gonna basically chat with her one night, one of these shows for Missouri.
We
So,
might have to do it on site.
Cool.
oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be
We could do that.
That'd be
cool.
really
She-
cool.
She rescues farm animals. She has like 500 farm animals.
Wow.
How
And they're
could
not
she
all
take
farm
care of
animals.
all of
Yeah.
them?
And she has camels and emus.
Oh my
and
goodness.
Camels?
That's cool.
She's got a camel, yeah.
Oh my
That is
gosh,
cool.
that's amazing. Oh, and you see my little girl running across the back there.
She's smart for a camel. I saw that. I saw
She's
her
being
walk by.
very, very sneaky back there.
She has. I
did
didn't even know she
good.
was back there until I saw her coming around the corner of my eye.
Well, like I said, we just wanted to give you some teasers and just show places that we've been fortunate to be able to get into.
I'll get it in a minute.
And we do help people too. So, some of these private investigations
Mhm.
and we've just had an amazing 10-year period of time. So, and we've got many, many more years to go.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. You get some incredible.
And
Maybe
if
we
we or have a chance to do it, if we do I would love to do a podcast in that house, the Herman house.
That'd be
That would
neat.
be-
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Really cool. We'll have to talk to you too.
We might have to road
Now we
trip over
have
that
to
one.
talk. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
We know a few people, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe we can get into one of those. Maybe we can get into one of those places in Herman, and we could all spend the weekend there or something. And
That would be neat.
That would be
there's a
fun.
lot of cool places in there.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
That would be fun. And if we could do like a live show on that, that would be
Sure.
even more.
Well,
Maybe get it
well,
out there so people can start like donating to the charities and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
absolutely. What we may have to do is, if we do it on a weekend, we'd have to, I guess for us, we would, I guess we could do a live broadcast and then replay it on
Mm-hmm.
the Tuesday or whatever. But yeah, I think that would be great. Especially at Where Pigs Fly too, because she's always looking for donations, and we've done some stuff out there. One of our crazy experiences that lasted about 4 or 5 hours. It was actually after a Halloween festival that we helped her. It was a fundraiser for what we call the Halloween festival,
awesome.
and what did we bring in? A little over two grand, I think, for her that weekend. or that
Very
Saturday.
cool. Yeah.
So she would love it.
That
She
would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah, we'll have to plan that.
Cindy, if you're
together.
watching, hi.
Well, that does come to an end of our show. Next week, I'm going to let Pam tell who I have coming. Brian.
Yes, next week for Oklahoma, it's Shaw's show. Brian Terrell from Red Dirt Cryptids
Yes,
is going to
that's
be
it.
on.
I knew it was
He
Brian.
is going to talk about Bigfoot, Dogman, and other cryptids that he has
Oh,
tracked and taken
exciting.
information on. He's got some amazing castings and stuff. So he's a great guy. He'll have some great information to share.
That's going to be fun. I can't wait
Yes.
to delve my brain into that and get some good
Mhm.
questions for him.
Looking
Yep.
forward to that one.
Yeah.
Then after that, we're Flint Hills Paranormal out of Kansas is going to be on. So yeah, I'm
Sweet.
excited.
And this
So that'd be good.
Sunday, I'm going to
That'd be-
have Johnny Hauser at the Villisca Axe Murder House.
I saw that. How
on-
exciting is that?
I'm so stoked. I told him, I was like, hey, I have a podcast. It's live. Would you like to come on? And he goes, anything for you. Yeah. I'm like, oh, yes.
Well, and then the next step for you, Shaw, is that you're going to be going there because you really want to go.
I do. I do.
To Villisca?
And I already told him I
Absolutely.
wanted to go. And he's
Mhm.
like, well, let's see what days we have. So I'll be looking at
That's
those
exciting.
days and we'll plan something.
That is exciting.
Yes, I'm very
Absolutely.
excited because we can do a podcast in there too.
Cool.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, so we've got a lot of good things coming up to folks, and we really thank you for for following us, and hope
yes,
we're
every
we're
last one of
meeting
you.
your expectations. And
Yeah.
if you've got any ideas, please send them to us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We've got the
Share.
Facebook page, and send us a message, and give us some ideas, or what do you want to hear? What do you want to talk about?
And
if
share our
you-
page.
Sure.
Share, well, not our page, but share our YouTube page. Yeah, share that. Share the videos. Get it out there. Let people see what we're
Absolutely.
all about and what we're doing. like you said earlier before the show started, the Renaissance Festival is going on right now until this weekend. This is the last
Yes.
weekend of the Renaissance Festival. And then they're going to have a 4th of July thing. And then they're going to have don't they have a Labor Day thing? I'm pretty sure they have some kind of Labor Day thing before they have a Halloween. But then they have like a
all I
month
saw was the
long.
4th of July. They have
Oh,
something in the
okay.
4th of July coming up.
Yep. And then they have a month-long Halloween haunted castle thing. So we're gonna have somebody on for that too later on. This is in Oklahoma and Muskogee, in the Muskogee Castle. But that's all I have. And then Ken's gonna have Steven and him gonna be doing a couple of shows, right?
That's exciting.
Because
And
I'm looking
Steven,
forward to
thank you
those
for coming
EVPs.
Oh, no
Yeah.
problem, my pleasure.
Me too.
And I think, I know I think it's September and October, we also have a Renaissance Festival here. It's out near you, Karen. You already know that because I know you've been there. I've been there. I think Steve's been there. Out in
I didn't get to go
Wentzville
to this
area.
one.
So, and that's over about I think it's 6 weekends.
Oh,
It
nice.
starts in mid-September through late October, something like that.
Cool.
So I'm gonna try to contact somebody out there and see if we can at least go out there and maybe have a paranormal day. I don't know.
Yes, that'd be
Depends on
fun.
what they'll let us do. So
Also, if anybody out there that's watching in Oklahoma or Kansas or it doesn't matter. If anybody knows who the owner of the Stone Lion Inn is,
Oh,
can
and
you
Guthrie,
get them
yes.
in touch with us? Because we are trying to get somebody on from that place to talk about it and to possibly go out and do an investigation there. And I'm having problems. I'm having issues. I can't reach anybody. So you can hit me up at Shaw Wooten, or if you're in the Mutt Podcast community page, go ahead and post on there. You can send it to Pam. You can send it to Ken. You
Yep.
can send it to Adrian. It doesn't matter. It'll get to me. It'll get to us. But yeah, we're trying because the Stone Lion Inn is a pretty interesting place. I've heard so much about it and would love to go and would love to talk about it.
well, there's something coming up in Eureka Springs, I think, this weekend. There's is it KC Metaphysical or something? There's some kind of a big convention. It's a 3-day convention, and I don't know exactly where in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. I believe it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Well, let's see here.
I'll try to share something on our page. I just seen all sorts of stuff the last couple of days.
Yeah, meetings and conventions in Eureka Springs. You can always go to eurekasprings.com/conventions, and it has a whole bunch of information of all kinds of conventions coming up.
And I think that then that same group, I think, has another one in Kansas City in July.
Wow.
So yeah, I think that one's with Margie K, and I'm not sure if she's one of the organizers or whatever. I'm not sure who's actually organizing the one down in
Oh, the MUFON thing. I think Martha Hazard-Decker was talking about that. There's that's going on in Texas. That's going on in Jefferson, Texas, I think.
that's the MUFON part of it, but Margie K is part of MUFON.
Yeah.
And so is Debbie Ziegelmeyer, whom I know from here. I'm going to try to get her on the show one of these days too.
I can't reach her. I was trying to find a way to contact her, and I don't know where her card is.
I can send her an email.
Ooh. Yes, because I would like to get her on a Exploring Paranormal Perspective.
In fact, I think the next MUFON meeting might be next week.
I do believe.
I've been wanting to go to their to the MUFON meeting. It's like 2 miles from my house.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
That's exciting. I've tried to get a hold of the MUFON representative for Kansas, and they won't respond.
Talk to Margie K. She'll be able to probably get you somebody or get a hold of somebody.
Okay.
She's pretty good about networking out.
Yes, she's very good at that.
Yes. But
she's amazing too.
Yep, she is. Okay. I won't keep everybody any longer. Look, I just found her card. All right.
Yay.
Yes, look at that.
Good fortune.
It's in the works. Somebody was looking over my shoulder and saying, "Look at your darn thing." All right.
It's that shadow guy behind you again.
Probably. I went out. Thank you, Toby. Until next time, we'll see y'all later. Keep going amok. Bye, y'all.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye. Bye, Steve.
Bye, Ken.